Want the bare minimum. I don't want the bare minimum. I know that I deserve greatness. I know that I deserve nothing but don't mind that pillow. I promise. But yeah, no, for real. I feel like I really know I deserve good. Okay, but back on track. So basically, I was in the mindset of, um, oh, we want to get these hoes up. You know, I'm single. I'm adult. I'm 18. I'm about to look. Don't mind my onesie. Yeah, I'm 18. I'm living my best life. About to be 19. You know, da-da. So I'm in a mind space of let's get the hoes up and let's see whatever I like, and then let's do the whole what we call the Olympics, where we go. We have three people or more people. I was having like a lot of people, but then I lost a lot of them. Anyways, and it was this one dude I really liked so much. But he ended up ghosting me, boohoo, whatever. Then the other dude who liked me, I didn't really like him. But one thing about me, I want to give you the benefit of doubt because you know what? It wasn't my first impression. Like physical attraction, it was not there. So I'm like, probably the emotional intelligence is gonna really capture it for me. But I had to really realize that's not. I've been had people who had such as emotionally intelligent, cohesive state of mind and able to articulate themselves in such a fluent and beautiful way to where I really fall in love in their talking. Like, and I just close my eyes, just love just how they talk, the love language, just so beautiful. Then I just open my eyes and I see them, and it's like, what the fuck is this? And that's when it's like I snap back to reality. Like I understand that these people give such great qualities and great qualifications of what I desire on paper, but on looks you don't. You don't please me to where I really want you. And this was the case where the boy he's not ugly. He's not ugly. He's just not somebody I would really go for. And and the funny thing about it, which I'm fucked up, I text him first. But you know what? In my defense, I'm sorry. And it sound fucked up. I looked at his pictures and he like from it whatever, and then from now it just didn't correlate, and it like kind of turned me off in a way. But that's not me, and I would never allow that to shape how I feel in that in that in that in that in that time. But over time, we started spending time together. We went on a date. We had went to cornbread whatever, and it was honestly it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I actually had fun. He actually, and that's what it really felt like. It felt like a good friend. Truly, it felt like a good like kiki like, one of my hey girl, that's what Loki felt like. And Loki felt like we was kikiing and we was cool like that. That's what it felt like, truly, and that's why I thought it was like, oh, I might be liking him because da da da. But also, in actuality, I do that with all the boys. I kiki like that. Isn't there? It's nothing new. Keep in mind, and it was small things he already did that like low key made me uncomfortable. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just make it all right, whatever. Like the first thing when he had put his head on my shoulder, it low key on like nigga. I don't know. It made me feel weird, like I don't know. And then he put his head on my shoulder, right? Didn't go and ask me, can I do like nigga, you already did it. Like at that point, just keep it there. You just whatever, friend. Whatever. So boom, we do that. That was one thing. I'm like, all right. And one thing I noticed, great person, but he moves quickly. He moves fast. I could tell, and I could tell he was like on the verge of saying he loved me. That's one another thing. But yeah, that was one of the things. And then um, and I'm not saying. No, I actually am saying. I feel like yeah, he definitely did. I don't like doing like physical. I don't know, whatever. Then second time we met, not met. He came over my house and we was chilling, 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 and he was on that type of timing. Like I truly, like I was on that type of time. Like, don't get me wrong, I already was talking about like, oh, I was in my heat, I was in my like, bitch, I need something, I want some, I want that, I want that. But then I had to collect myself because I can't allow my flesh desires to overcome me to where I don't know how to process or operate in any sense. So I'm like, okay, let me just know how to discipline myself. And I'm not gonna hold you. I was strong. I was strong, bitch. The strongest soldier, bitch. I was the strongest soldier up there, bitch. Put me in the front. No, for real. So yeah, bitch. I was the strongest soldier, and that's when we started play fighting. And bitch, you know what that means. Every time, every time, every time you got people play fighting and they not your family members or they not your close friends or whatever, bitch, you know where that leads. And I'm not about to say anything else. And I try to stop. I make sure, we can play fight, boom. But one thing about it, I'm not trying to make it further. If I know I didn't want to, cause yeah, boom. They start getting on top of me, and then I could tell like he wanted to, like he stayed on top of me. I'm like, oh, like the whole time. So he would just keep getting on top of me, get on top of me. And I noticed like, oh yeah, oh yeah, you want it. And no shit, I was on that type of time. And then he low key like, but I'm like, not, I'm trying not to, but I'm trying to keep my composure. Like I don't want to just try to in a sense use you because no shade, I'm not really feeling you as much. I'm trying to feel you, but whatever. But I do know what I want to feel. I want to get my little real quick. That's and that's when what happened. That's when okay. I was playing. I don't know. We was hugging. I gave him a hug and we started cuddling. That's one thing I actually initiated because I'm like, no shade, nigga, hug me. Like I wanted to cuddle. That's really what I wanted to do, cuddle. Then yeah, you know what that means. Then we started cuddling, da-da-da. And then that's when I'm not gonna hold you. One thing about me, I like to play around, but I genuinely did not want to make it go for. I promised you on everything I love. I was playing around, putting my foot like up his like his butt, like how to say like poking at his butt, something like that. I promise you, it was not supposed to be like a sexual thing. It was more like trying to piss him off, or I don't know what I was thinking. I was just doing it, whatever. And then he was like, "Oh, you trying to?" I'm like, "No shit, I do, but I'm not trying to." And it's not necessarily for you directly, but it's more so the general, which I'm on my heat, so it's not really for like if that makes sense. It's not designated for you, but bitch, if you want it, you could get it, type shit. And it sounds so fucked up, but that's just what it really was. That's really what it was. So yeah, and then that's when. Oh, and disclaimer: this is not to bash him. This is not to comfort him, because honestly, he was a genuine person. He was such a sweetheart. But it's just my experience. So yeah, then that's when things led to another, and boom, mind you, he initiated. I'm like, I'm trying to play passive, like, he like, oh, what you trying to like? And I'm like, nigga, nigga, what you trying to do? Cause you know what you trying to do. You trying to be nasty. Let me tell you about me. Trying to be nasty. So he trying to be nasty. I'm like, no shade. I'm not stopping it because I just wanted to like was already in that type of state, regardless of him, if that makes sense. So it wasn't really like, but okay, okay, boom, boom, boom. Initiative, and I just finished it. Boom. That was that. And I low key did regret it because I wanted to discipline myself more. Because I wanted to, if say I don't want to do it and then I change my mind last second, I want to change that. But if I want to and I like want to, I need to stand on it. And another thing, I didn't really want, and it sound fucked up too. This is another thing. He want to do something, right? He want to do something nasty, right? I'm not gonna say, especially he wanted to, whatever. Wait, what's that? Something like that. It was something that was nasty, and he was like, and nothing. He wanted to kiss me, and I low key didn't want to kiss him, but he kept coming close to my face, and then just kept trying to kiss me. So I'm like, and then we kissed. I'm like, okay, you're not bad. The lips are nice. I thought, I don't know, I don't like kissing people too much. And then he wanted to tongue kiss, cause he's like, oh, but you want to do this, but you can't tongue kiss. I'm like, nigga, the fuck, I don't want to exchange. So like, in my head, I'm like, nigga, I don't want to do that. But then I'm like, no shade, I low key do wanna, cause now you got me in that mood. No shade, he knew what the fuck he was doing. I kid you not, in the most respectful way though. So I'm like, whatever. I'm like, all right. He goes for it, and then I'm trying not to do it, and I'm like, let me try. I can hold you. It wasn't bad, but I didn't want to do it. Does that make sense? It wasn't bad. Nice tongue. It didn't take like good tongue. And that makes sense. It was clean. Nothing. No bad breath. And that's really why I don't like that. And just whatever. So it's nothing nasty for him. I just don't like the thought of doing that, especially at such an early stage. I don't know. It's just like I don't know. And then what? Then boom, boom. Push come to shove. Then we were shoving for some ice, of course. So yeah, and then that's when what happened? And then after that, we chilled. But one thing about it, and two things for sure. When people get me started, I get started, and I don't know how to stop. Like I actually don't know how to stop, and that's why I'm like, don't get me started. And he want to get me started. I'm sorry, and I don't get me started. Whatever. So boom, 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 and then boom. So whatever, whatever. Then fast forward, we talking some more, and then I'm like, after like what we doing, like yes, it was cool, whatever. But at the end of the day, you could do that with anybody, and that's just this true. That's just blunt, cutthroat thing. You just could do it with anybody. So doing with that, and it like it'll be okay. It wasn't like, oh, I'm in love. Like type. It wasn't that type of like. And I had some type of that was like, there you go. But it wasn't that. In the most respectful way. It didn't mean nothing bad, but it just wasn't that. And that's when fast forward, we had deep talks, which I love, whatever. I'm going everywhere, but I'm touching everything. And then that's when fast forward, we constantly like chopping it up, and I'm still not like getting the spark how I want to, especially with that the other dude I was talking to that he ghosted me. It's crazy. We'll talk about a different video. But yeah, and I never got that like energy like I wanted him, and it's like I low key started liking him because of his personality, but it's like I still gotta look at you. Not saying you're ugly, but it's not like I want to like. I don't see you being my nigga. I don't see you being my nigga. I just don't. I know what I see, and that's just not you. And that's the most respectful way. And yeah, so boom, we start continuing kicking it, kicking it, kicking it. Then I just slowly just stopped really. I don't want to say caring, but it's more like I would just what's it like backing up? I don't know. I think it was. I mean, I don't know. And I don't want to like sugarcoat shit because it is what it is, and I did what I did. But I was just trying to go with the flow, and I was genuinely trying to see if I liked him. But and that's the problem. I feel like you will know if you like them from the jump, but then you will know if you want to continue it and see what it is. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know like from the like I never like I don't know. It wasn't like oh I want him type shit. It was more so like let's see where it goes. And then we kept talking. Then I remember we had a conversation about where he wanted to go things, and I'm just like, where do I want things to go? I don't know. I'm at a hole right now because you're not a bad person. You're generally a nice person. You have such great characters, traits about you. Let's say that you have you have such traits about you, and I genuinely like that about you. And so, yeah, that's I'm like whatever. Then that's when we just went more in depth like what we wanted from this, and I really had to take a like I had like a slap in my face like I think this is not. I don't think we see an eye to eye, and it's not like he's doing anything wrong because I could see obviously he wants something like right now, like something like real big, not big, but you know he's looking like real serious, and I'm trying to just go with the flow, trying to actually like catch feelings for him, and I just can't catch feelings for him. Like I call like a little glimpse, like a little okay, but it's like I don't know. I don't know. I think I catch feelings for the materialistic and like the things he brought, but not necessarily him. If that makes sense, and that's what made it a problem. Because if I'm not liking him for him, simply just for him, why am I liking him? Period. Because I'm just no. So I'm like boom, and I'm like I'm in my head like I don't know. I don't see myself with you for real. In my head, I'm like I don't know. And then in my head, I'm really just like I don't want to hurt his feelings because like now he bring it to my face and I'm like having a full circle moment. I'm like I don't think this is gonna work out because I definitely do appreciate everything. I can't you not. I appreciate everything he has done for me and vice versa, and all the genuine. I mean, he really have done anything for me. I mean, yeah, he did. Little small little. He what for some reason not for some reason he was nice enough to helped me go half on an Uber, not half on Uber, but I bought an Uber and then he was just like, "Oh, I'll buy it for whatever," and he just sent me half of the Uber. Cause I was gagged because like I had the money, it was never the problem, but he was more like I don't know, he just wanted to make sure it was. I don't know, he was really nice about that, and then he got me a little teddy bear or whatever, and it was really nice. But yeah, so. So yeah, back to the for whatever. Fast forward, I ended it because I felt like I'm at my point in life where I want to be intentional about what I want, and I want to be straight, cutthroat in the most respectful way to allow people I want in my life to come into my life, the love I want into my life to actually come to my life where it's something I want and not something that's half-assed, not necessarily their half-assed, but from the way I take it in my perception is not what I want, and his half from my perception of the half-ass I'm getting, not it's not necessarily half-assed. It's just not like what I want. Let me just say that it could be something completely different, and somebody wants so much, and I would be so happy for him. And yeah, and I just want to be very intentional on what I want with my relationships. I want to be very intuitive. I want to be very synchronized, and this really helped me to reinforce my boundaries, my my ethics, my standards, my intentions, um my do's and don'ts. Like it really did. It really like reinforced it a lot. And one thing I got from this is that it really helped me to undertake tough conversations, even when I didn't feel like it. Like we was talking about some tough conversations, what I would have like, nigga, like get the fuck away from me, like type shit. And it really wasn't like that. Like we was able to hear each other out, and that's why I want to make sure I want to transfer onto any future relationships. And another thing, I'm not looking for relationships no more. I'm truly not. Like you could look good to me, of course, but I really want to have a friend first and then lover next because I feel like you don't truly get the full spectrum of somebody from the only version of them from a dating perspective, if that makes sense. While on the friend spectrum, you're able to see everything and you're actually able to build a strong bond. Not saying you can't do the same with a relationship, but I feel like it's better in a more like a thorough, deeper type of foundation that really allows it to be very stable and very transparent, coherent, and very I don't know fluent throughout the whole thing because y'all know each other from the backs to the fronts to the sides and from the tops and the bottom. I can't you not. But I feel like with relationships, we're trying to figure each other out, and on top of that, the first attraction is lust. Not saying nothing wrong, but it's more like attraction is like attraction. Like oh, you look good. Da, da, I really want you da, da, because you look good. Then you gotta get to know them. Then it's like oh, you're right. But yeah, so that's why I'm just being more intentional with relationships, and yeah, and that is it. And I just want to get that off my chest, and also that I'm not I'm not hurt by the people that ghosted me. And I need to settle the score to not settle the score like it's some type of I need to text this boy that I ghosted recently, and I didn't mean to. I just really felt bad because we went on a date, and I really wanted to get to know him because this is a different person. I really wanted to get to know him, and he was such a great person, talking wise. I can see him as a colleague or I don't know if a friend. I don't know associate, a very close associate. I'll say. But I don't know. The style wasn't styling. Like I first impression is very important to me, and the way he came, it didn't come right. Like you supposed to put that shit on. I don't know. We came together, and we don't even look like we came together. Like we look like I'm ready to go out, and you ready to go in, and that's not and that's just not what I give, and what I want the whole spectrum to give. Not saying that my it's my way or the highway, but we're supposed to balance each other out and be such a fluent way to where we compliment each other in such a way, and we did not compliment each other. And another thing, his resting, and I can't get over that. Like, and I sound so effed up because I told him that his resting in the most respectful way, and he was like, I hope you don't stop talking to me because of that, but I don't know. I said no because I said of course not, and I felt fucked up because like I'm not gonna hold you deep down. That really bothered me because I get if it's like later on, and I'm like, come on, get your little or whatever. But it stinked, and it wasn't like no regular. It stinked like in the most respectful way. Like it really stink. Like it stink really bad. I don't know. And the attraction wasn't really there. It was more so I tried to find something, but it really wasn't there. But he has such a great personality. I love how in touch he was with God, and I love people who has the same ideals and align with God because I just want somebody who wants the same thing I want, and that's why I really valued his character and who he is as a person. And I need to like let him know that you're not bad. There's nothing wrong with you. And I apologize for ghosting you because that's no human should ever go through that because I go through that and I don't like the feeling. I don't feel no type of way like envy or like any type of resentment, but it's more so like hurt in a sense. And like, damn, you didn't just tell me like shoot me a text like, it's not really, and that's the thing. And I had to realize. And I think for me too, and that's why I didn't do that for him because I was scared. I was scared of what I was scared that he couldn't take it. And why am I who am I to say he can't take it? He's been on this earth as well, like, and I had to realize that he can take shit. Like he know it means no harm, whatever. So I'll let him know tomorrow. Yeah, so that's just it. And I just wanted to get that out of my chest because I feel like my relationships has been in such a spiral. And then my ex wanted to, oh my God. But you know what? Things spiral to such beautiful things once it comes at a stop. Because once you realize when that storm over and you realize the beauty in it, it becomes such a breathtaking thing. It's just like, I'm just blah blah, but I don't give a fuck. But I don't know what I'm gonna just. It's just yeah. I don't got time to edit it. I'm just gonna throw this out, get it straight through it, and yeah. Thank you. See your. In the meantime, in between time, connect the dots, touch my body. See your.